everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Nasty Talks. Today, it's another special day because today we're going to talk with another Romanian, another fellow Romanian person from the homeland. And this very special guest that I'm having today is called Raresh. And I just want to give you a very welcome, very warming welcome, Raresh. And thank you for being here.
And good to have you here too. How are you?
Yeah. I'm good. Just sipping some wine.
A good wine.
Yeah, some very good wine. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Well, let's dive into it and talk a little bit about yourself, maybe.
I'll talk about myself. My name is Raresh, like Nico, my darling, said here. I'm from Târgu Mureș, from the homeland in Romania. What would you like to know about myself?
Maybe your age. How old are you?
My age is 25 years old. I'm a single male in Târgu Mureș, just having fun, living my life, my current life for the moment. What do you want to know? Like, would you like to know? I know this podcast will get a little bit of intimacy, like for the people our age, or maybe for older people as well, because they are as well curious and for some new experiences. If they want to try something new, maybe we can help them a little bit.
Yeah, of course. Well, we're definitely gonna get into some very hot, steamy stuff. Maybe, hopefully, let's see. Okay. So I hear you have been traveling a little bit. Tell me a little bit about.
Yes. As a matter of fact, it's a good question from your part. I grew up in Spain, in Barcelona. I had like a different kind of childhood. I grew up there for almost 7 years when I was a child, and I must say, I'm not saying this because I lived there. I'm saying this because it is true. It is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, and I'm speaking about Barcelona.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It kind of has all you need to have for a healthy, happy, nice lifestyle. You kind of have beaches, you have the nightclubs, the nightlife, things to visit, nice people, and of course the daily lifestyle as well, because it is indeed a beautiful place to be and to live. Yeah. So and they also have, like I told you before, they have beautiful women. They have Latinas. They have Romanian. They do have lots of Romanian beautiful women, and I do think that the best part of Barcelona or living in Barcelona is actually getting to see different types of cultures. It is a multicultural place to be, and that's the best part of it.
That's actually really nice because Romania, I don't think it is that much. Maybe in the big cities as well, but still not as much as Spain is, or at least Barcelona.
Close. Yes, I feel like not even close. We do have our pluses and minuses compared to other countries, just like every single country is special in its own way. But in Romania, indeed, unfortunately, we do not have the mixture of cultures.
No, not that much.
You encounter in Barcelona.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's really nice. But tell me a little bit, which one is your favorite city in Romania? In Romania.
Well, I spent my student years, my college years. I spent my college years in Cluj-Napoca. I feel like lots of Romanian teenagers will agree with me when I say that Cluj-Napoca is the best city in Romania by far.
Wow, thank you. I keep on telling everybody that I meet that. If you go to Romania, go to Cluj. It's the best city in Romania.
The cleanest city. They have the best quality of people. They are very, very young, very, very young population in Cluj because it is full of students. And of course, they have a beautiful energy.
And the people are very happy, very welcoming. It's a bit different. Yeah. Like Bucharest is also nice, don't get me wrong. But the people are not that patient.
Yep. Exactly. I feel it's funny because I was speaking to one of my friends these days, and we were actually saying that we feel like Cluj-Napoca does not belong to Romania.
No, it doesn't.
Seriously, it does not belong to Romania because they have such a different energy from basically all the other cities in Romania. It is a different vibe all around. It is different, and I encourage people to go to Cluj if you come to Romania because you won't regret it.
No, it's the perfect place. It's also in Transylvania. For people that don't know about Romania that much, we have Dracula here. So, and Cluj is in Transylvania. So
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. They do have some places to visit here, so they will not get bored, definitely.
No.
If they come here.
that's
Yep.
really nice. Okay, but more about you. We want to know about you.
About me, about my private
you.
life.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Tell me
Well,
something,
Okay,
something spicy.
something spicy. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say this before, but when I went to America and I spent my full year there, like I think it was already 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I actually got to see some pretty big differences between America and Europe regarding the application Tinder. I feel like all of you are aware of the application.
The
If
visa
you're not-
application, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The dating application.
Yeah.
And it was quite surprising, actually. I mean, they do have some amazing women there. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I felt like it was so easy to get in bed with them. Like it was actually surprising, but for me, for an Eastern, I don't know, European type of guy, it was quite shocking how easy it was. And I'm
Yeah.
I'm not saying it in a bad way. Don't get me wrong, but it was, I don't know. It might be a good thing for them or a bad thing. A good thing meaning that they do know what they want.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about women, and in a bad thing, I feel like compared to us, women here they demand more from a man. That's my personal opinion, and that's experience wise speaking.
Yeah, and I can
Yeah.
also tell you why, because men, I don't want to say that all men do this, but most of the men feel a need to conquer or to like win the woman in some way. And maybe in Europe, and especially in Eastern Europe, we feel, or men here feel this more intense because of, I don't know, the culture that is here. In US, it's a mixed culture, so then they just take it as it is.
It
they,
might be.
yeah,
It might be. You
they,
might be right.
yeah. So then maybe you saw it more intense from Eastern Europe going there.
From my point of
yeah,
view,
from your
exactly.
point of view, of course, because you feel like here it's harder to get the women because the women here are they are not that easygoing.
Exactly.
They want to make themselves be shy, and they want to say that they've only had sex with one or maximum two guys before, because otherwise she's gonna seem slutty.
That's true.
Yeah,
That
but
is
in
true.
US, I guess they don't care.
They do not care,
No.
and I do think that I know why is it because well, in the US, as everybody knows, it's a very large population compared to other places in Europe. I mean, let's be honest, a state from their place is like 2 times our country, just
Yeah.
a state. So of course, naturally speaking, they will not care what other people say because there are so many. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest.
Nobody's
let's
gonna
have
know.
Some fun. Let's have
Yeah.
some fun, you know. And that's I agree with this. I
Yeah.
agree with that in this way, in this point of view. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And I'll get a little bit into more detailed matters and scenarios. I was actually in New York, just passing by to a restaurant. I was in Chinatown, actually, my
Okay.
favorite place in Manhattan, and actually they have very good food in Chinatown. Trust me. And I met a girl there with the application Tinder.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any expectations. Like I went there just straight on, trying to talk to her, see how she is. She already knew that I was going to spend like my last few months in America and
Yeah.
we wouldn't see each other again. And I must say, like when I date women, I normally take the first step in the conversation. I lead the conversation, but I was actually very surprised to how straightforward she was, and she was partially Asian.
Okay.
She
yeah.
was, and she was beautiful, but I did not believe what kind of experience I had in bed with her. Like, do you have these moments where you have a date with a man?
Yeah.
And he you portray him in a certain way after a date, and then if it gets to have sex with him, like if you get there, he's a completely different person.
Yeah, like
You
the
know what I
first
mean?
date is a success, and then you go to the second date, and it's kind of like, what was in my mind? Like what
Yeah,
something like that?
Too.
Or was it more about the sex?
More about the sex, and
Okay.
I'm not saying it in a negative way.
Yeah.
I was just saying it that she was such a stylish girl. Like she was really, really well dressed. She had a sense of fashion in her. I could tell. But when we got in bed, she was like an animal. She was fucking crazy.
Oh.
I would not believe it. Like I was there, I was like, what the fuck is this? Are you crazy?
Okay,
And I
so
was
you
like,
were
"What?"
like surprised in a good
In a
way
good
in
way.
this sense, yes.
Exactly. I was like,
Nice.
What is this?
We love to hear that on the podcast.
Yeah, seriously. And it was such a nice experience. I still talk to the lady to this day sometimes.
Nice.
And it was a nice experience, unique experience for me, because she told me, I actually spoke with her about this. We got to 3 dates.
Mm-hmm.
We got to three dates, and I got laid with her in the second date. And then we got to the third date, and I must say we had some interesting conversations, because I asked her what does she feel about getting laid. She told me that she does like to get laid with more guys, and I wasn't judging her. She was having her fun, and she told me that it's such a normal thing there in America. Like it is such a normal thing. You trust me, if a lady has Tinder, you have a very, very high chance of sleeping with her, having sex with her. They are all also open to threesomes. It's such a normal thing that here is so hard to, I don't know, to even propose to somebody a threesome, which is not, which is bad, because it could be nice. It could be nice.
Exactly. But I think things are moving here as well a little bit faster, like as time goes by. So we are gonna
Catching
get
up.
there, at some point. But it still takes some time because of our culture. But otherwise, I think it's really cool. And I actually want to ask you, what made you consider a third date with her after you had sex? Was it the crazy sex you had with her?
It's just like you said, the sex was great.
Yeah.
It was actually great. And I'll be honest, I really do not like another date with women after I sleep with them if I know it won't be long term. But in this case, it was an exception, because the sex really was very good, and the lady was very nice, and she was very articulate with her conversation. She was overall a full package, like an interesting person, and she was also very. She had a nice presence about herself. You'd like to be around her.
Yeah.
And that made me it. Compared to Europe. In Europe, like I said, I really had the luck to visit lots and lots of countries in Europe, beautiful countries. And it's not, trust me, it's not, Nico, just an Romanian thing or just from Romania. It's all over Europe. It's kind of hard to get in bed with a woman that even though she wants it, you feel she wants it, but you do have to work a little bit harder.
Yeah. But I think it's also because we women think like, oh, if we're going to make him work a little bit, then he's going to like it more. He's going to appreciate it more. But it also depends. It depends on the person you are. It depends if it's worth for him to do all these things. Like if he's doing all these things and then he figures out that you are not what he was expecting, then obviously you're in a wrong situation with that guy. So you should probably feel where you are. Like just give yourself a grade, I guess. Just give yourself a grade, or ask people that you've dated or something. Ask them honestly what would be the grade that they would give you, and then act accordingly, or try to increase your grade somehow and ask. I think it should be normalized for people to talk about themselves and how their partners see them and how they feel in themselves. Like what grade would they give themselves, and what grade would the partner that they just hooked up with give them. I think it would be cool, like the apps that they use. Was it Uber? Yeah, you can give grades and like all sorts of certain like things like that. Then a Tinder with grades at the end. And then you can like...
But just in bed.
Yeah,
Just
like
in bed.
then
Like-
you can give like a check mark. Did you sleep with him? Yes. How was it?
Okay.
1 to 10.
It's a good
Did you
idea.
kiss with him or her? How was it from 1 to 10? And then they can only see it after the hookup, the date, whatever it was.
I've never thought of this. And
Right, it would be nice.
Yeah, it's a pragmatic idea.
I mean, it would
It saves
probably
time.
hurt. Yeah, it would
It
probably
saves time.
hurt some people,
Yeah.
obviously.
But it might also help them in the
Yeah.
same time. I mean,
Yeah.
the raw truth is sometimes helpful, you know?
Yeah. Better than a lie.
Yeah, correctly. Yeah, so, you know, I was saying before, like, seriously, in Europe, if you ask me, like, how is my personality and what do I prefer more?
Yeah.
Actually, still prefer more. For a long term, I prefer an European girl with her ways, like
Yeah.
a little bit, I don't know, harder to get. But don't get me wrong, in America they do have one of the most beautiful women I have ever seen, and if you like, you know what is in America. It's the land of all possibilities. Like if
Yeah.
you do want to have a one night stand to get laid like fast, you can. If you want to find somebody to be long term, trust me, you can find it very, very easily.
Also
You can
there, also here.
also
It's-
here,
yeah.
correctly, that's true. So yeah, tell me about yourself. What about
Oh.
you? What about your sex experiences? How's Denmark?
Oh,
You're there.
well, Denmark is great. It's hard to summarize Denmark, I think, because we have so many internationals in Denmark. People come from all over the world, and I don't know. I'm more inclined to meeting these kind of people, like internationals, rather than Danish, because Danish people are kind of cold-ish when it comes to dating and all that. It almost feels like women are more the men in the relationship, in the hookup, in the whatever, because women make the rules in Denmark.
Seriously?
Yeah,
I
and
never knew
men,
this.
like, at least from the sexual perspective,
Okay.
like, women are more the persons that are, I don't know, they just make the rules. They just act like they know their shit, you know?
Okay,
And
why
then
do you think that? I mean, what's the reason behind this kind of, I don't know,
I think
Yes.
I think it's the fact that they are so open and they just want to make everything be equal between men and women. And then by being equal, that doesn't really mean that they are equal. It means that women are higher and men lose their power, even if they want it or not. Men get used to the fact that they are not needed by women because women can do everything on their own. And then what is the role of the men? Because women do give birth to children. But what do men do if they don't have to provide for the woman?
that's
you
an
know?
interesting mentality. Okay.
I believe, for me personally, I believe
Socially-
that is why.
Socially, it might be a little bit like more equal in Denmark, but how about the sexual life?
Um,
How are Denmark men, like sexually speaking, in bed?
they're easy.
Easy.
Yeah, for women. And I also don't like that. I feel like it's the same way, like push and pull situation, you know? If you push me, then I want you more. If you
Okay.
pull me and you seem like you really want me, then I kind of don't want you anymore. It's kind of like, why would I even want you when I can have you whenever I want to? So
It's more like a self-gratification feeling there, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it
an
is.
organic, natural thing. Like, if you know it, and we do not need to speak about men or persons. You can speak about objects or whatever you like. If you know mentally that you can have something in an easy way, it kind of steals the impact of having the thing itself, you know, or the person.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. It just
So I know
doesn't
what you mean.
feel as special anymore because you don't work for it. It just comes too easy. It's kind of like I didn't even have time to fantasize about this and I already have it. What should I do with it?
So that's why you prefer like international guys. And how
Yeah.
are the international guys in Denmark?
It depends from where they are. But they are more like, I don't know, sure on themselves. They're more secure. They're more like manly, I would say. Because, I don't know, for me, if we're gonna start talking about me, my fantasy and my whenever from when I was a kid, I had in my mind I'm gonna marry a blonde guy with blue eyes, and my kid is gonna have blonde hair with blue eyes. That was my view of the world.
Perfect,
It was
perfect.
right there. Yeah. And then I got to Denmark, and everybody has blue eyes and blonde hair, but I just don't like them. It just doesn't spark anything, you know? It's like
Interesting.
that childhood desire that I had is not there anymore, because now I want the Romanian guys. Now I want the guys that have like dark hair and look manly with hair all over their chest. Maybe not all over their chest, but some hair
It's a
on the
manly
chest.
thing.
Yes.
It is a manly
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah, with hair, basically. Men with hair, not with baby
feel it,
hair.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your fetishes. What kind of fetish do you have?
Oh, but we're gonna talk about you today. You didn't know?
Okay, I'll start with me.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
worry.
What are your fetishes?
Well-
Your desires?
My desires. All right. Well, I do think that my fetishes come from my desires. Actually, I mean they are one and the same. I think that my fetishes belong to my experiences. Like, for example, I had the pleasure and the occasion to have a threesome and to participate in an orgy, and which it was it was actually one hell of an experience as well, because I think if you are lucky to get in a room with beautiful women, all beautiful women and men, because there were men as well, then it could be a nice experience. But you can also have the other side of the coin, you know, and get like, I don't know, not so beautiful women, and or at least women that you are not attracted to.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a gamble.
it's a gamble,
Yeah.
exactly. And that was my exact situation with the orgy, because I gambled. Like, one of my friends invited me to
Yeah.
the event. It was
Oh.
at my
An
one
event.
of my friends' houses, you know, and I didn't know like the ladies, and it was a funny story actually, because I got there and it was like they were like more than 10 ladies, but I remember that there were like only 4 beautiful ladies. And of course, like in a room full of men as well, like more than 7 or 8 men, they will all want naturally to go to the most beautiful lady.
Of course.
The
Poor
the 4 ladies, like they were like having full rows of men waiting for them,
Oh my
and
God.
the other ones, there was like, hello, we are here as well, you know. It was an actually experience. But my fetish, actually, let's talk about one of my fetish. I developed this fetish, I think I do not know yet from where it comes, but I think it comes from my threesome experience, because I had a threesome with 2 girls. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But one of them told me that she does enjoy being filmed
Okay.
whilst having
Yeah.
it. And I was like,
Nice.
okay, all right, yeah. And I was actually thinking in the next morning about what she said, and I was thinking about why not taking it to the extreme. I was actually thinking about not having a camera filming the whole thing, the whole scenario, the whole act. I was actually thinking about a stranger sitting in the room and looking at us. It is a very strange fetish. I do not know from where it comes. I think it's
Interesting.
from her.
Yeah, probably.
I do not know, but I'm willing to do it one day. I do not know when, I do not know with who, but you have to be a little bit more extreme, sexually speaking, to accept this kind of fetish. But
Yeah, I think so. But okay, so tell me more about the orgy experience, because did that happen after the threesome?
Before. It
Before.
was before.
Okay, and did you maybe figure out that the orgy experience that you actually liked the sensation of other men or other women like watching you?
Possibly.
Yeah.
But actually, I was thinking about this, and I was funny way saying it. While I was doing it, I was also checking the other persons in the room, and nobody was looking at me.
Okay, yeah,
because
everybody was in their heads, like,
their own movie, like their own fantasies, and it is actually quite interesting, because during the orgy, I had moments when I felt more intimate than just being with one person in the room. Honestly, like nobody was saying anything. They were all having fun. You were feeling so loose, so relaxed, so organic, natural. It was amazing. It was such a nice experience. Seriously, it's a nice experience.
Would you do it again?
Of course I would.
Nice.
Of course I would. With the right persons, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
It is a nice experience. So yeah.
I get you. Yeah.
Another fetish. Let's talk about another fetish.
Yeah.
I do feel like, sexually speaking, I feel like a lucky guy because I got to check lots and lots of my fetishes. Like, I had ex-girlfriends. I will not say their name here.
Oh, please don't. Please don't.
I had ex-girlfriends who shared some of my visions, sexually speaking, and funny story as well. I was in Bucharest like 2 years ago. In Christmas, I bought my currently girlfriend from there. I bought her a dildo.
Oh,
And
we love that. We love that.
I heard it and I saw it and I know. It's a nice. I think it's a nice sensation for you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely different.
It's different.
It's different. I wouldn't say better. It depends, obviously, about the guy and the package that he comes with.
All right.
And how he's using it, obviously, because that's also a way to know if he. It's not necessarily about the size. It's more about the technique.
The technique.
You know, yeah.
You're not the first one who says this to me.
No, but it's true.
It is true.
It's
right?
true. It's true. It's the moves. It's how you can read her and what she wants, because women sometimes are hard to be verbal about what they want. They just make these kind of signs, like they moan only when they like it. Or only when they moan harder when there's something that they like, and then they kind of don't say anything if they really don't like the position,
I feel for
way.
you women during sex, the most important part from you is the non-verbal communication. If you are good at it as a man, you have a very, very big advantage over women to read her easily, to get to please her, like seriously please her.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is my opinion. I think
Yeah, because even though, like, for me at least, I am a verbal person and I can say what I like. I can be open about what I think and what I want, but it's always nicer if the man already like reads my thoughts and already kind of knows how to move in the way that I like, even though I know that it's so hard sometimes because women are different as men are, and we have different needs, we have different moves, we have different pleasures, like types of pleasures. So it depends a lot on the person, but I think it's nice to kind of be able to read the person and kind of know, okay, I'm pretty sure he or she will like it like this, and he or she will not like he will not like me licking the balls because he's gonna be that kind of guy that gets ticklish. So yeah, like these type of things.
Yeah. I mean, I think it gets easier for you, you know. I mean, it's like you get to know a person, in my case a lady, and let's say I choose to be in a relationship with a respective lady, and after 3 years, let's say 3 years, 2 years, you already know what she likes in bed. You kind of do know what she likes, what she doesn't like.
Of course, after some years, yes.
Yeah. And if you get this kind of experience, and if you, let's say, remember her type of pleasures can also apply to other women, and you can read that same scenario to other persons, it gets way easier for you as a man. Just like I said, it gets so easy. But also I would like to add that I think it is a better pleasure for women. I do agree it's a better pleasure for women because women, never mind if you like to dominate or in bed or to get dominated, if your man knows what to do with you, it's a win-win situation for everybody, every time.
Yeah, I get you. You read my mind, kind of. I was thinking to talk about the same thing. It depends, of course, on the person, what you like. Do you like to dominate more than be dominated? But in the end, I think every woman likes that when a man knows what to do. But how is it for men? How do men like it? Do men like to dominate more, or just be the baby kind of that's like, do whatever you want with me, I like it.
I think it depends. I do think
like,
it
and
depends.
maybe it's not like a baby thing, but I just see it kind of like the man is so like vulnerable.
You know what I think? I think it depends on two things: how you are as a man, and with what kind of lady you are at the moment. Because regardless if you are an alpha male, let's say like this, if you also have an alpha lady besides you, trust me, it's gonna be like it's sort of unhealthy, not necessarily unhealthy, but a little competition in bed, like which is the dominant one, until the chemistry is right between you two.
You kind of do it in a switch, right?
Exactly. So for men, don't get me wrong, like it is also very pleasurable for men, but I think that men like it, surprisingly speaking, they do like to be controlled. I do think that
really?
they do like to be controlled. Yeah, and you know what I'm saying this because when you let loose a woman in bed, she feels very, very comfortable. And if the woman feels relaxed and comfortable, she will definitely give you the best version of herself. And and I do think that is the best pleasure for the man as well. But again, it depends, cases from cases.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it also depends, I think, on the situation, because if you maybe you're at the beginning of having sex with a woman and it's the first time and so on, and you kind of let her loose and you feel like she is not really comfortable in the situation, then I think it wouldn't be the best thing to do to just let her loose, because then she's not really gonna know what to do.
True, that's also true. I mean, I think in those kinds of scenarios, you have to feel.
You have to read the room.
Exactly, you have to read the room, and if that's the case, you have to take the first step. Obviously, you have to feel her, and you have to make the right moves at the beginning. After, if she feels comfortable, I do think that there's a very, very high chance of having a nice pleasure.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with that.
No, of course. And something that I want to add is that we are talking right now about having maybe more casual sex than relationship sex right now. And I feel like that's so important for everybody to have. And I know that people have different beliefs and maybe your religion is different and all that. But I do believe that in order to have a happy sex life, you have to have more experience with more people than one to know what is right for you.
True.
and not necessarily how the other person should treat you, but it's more how you should treat yourself in the sexual interaction that you have with the person, and how to think about yourself. Because I think a lot of women, like I know that, and we all know that men are more inclined to having sex with multiple women, because that's the drive that the men have. It's more kind of like a desire that men have, and it's not something that they control it by themselves. It's something in the brain. But the women are more like, okay, what is he gonna say if I already hooked up with another man or 2 or 3 other men? But just to be clear, nobody has to know that. Like,
exactly.
Don't have to, you don't owe anybody anything by just saying that, okay, I don't want to tell you my body count. I don't want to tell you with whom I had sex with, or with who I went on dates, who I've kissed, and all that. It's all for yourself. It's for your personal and own growth. And your best friend doesn't have to know. Your parents don't have to know. Your next boyfriend doesn't have to know. Your hookup, it doesn't even matter who it is. It's just you. It's for you. So I think just be comfortable and just do it. If you feel like doing it, just do it.
You know what they say. I mean, you cannot, logically speaking, you cannot know what you like until you have some taste of what you do not like. You have to have a full experience regarding your adventures, your type of guy. I mean, I think you have also a perfect guy image in your head. You already formed your perfect guy.
Yeah.
Based on what? On people you already dated.
Yeah.
And that's all fine. I mean,
But it just changes. It changes every time. Like so many, I get like a little bit of everything, Of course, from the good experiences. There are also bad experiences from which I'm kind of like, okay, now I know what to fear from. I know what to not look for. And then it's still one step closer to the guy.
Exactly. I was also talking about, and I actually wanted to talk about my last fetish, and it was, this is, I have to do this. I know I have to do this. I do not know when. I do not know where, but I do know where my fetish comes from. This one is the adventure of having sex everywhere in public spaces.
Oh,
I do want to have it.
nice.
I've never done it before. I've never done it.
Okay.
I've heard stories. It's amazing, and I do want to do it. Again, I do not know with who and where, but it's coming. I do know it's coming.
Nice.
And I do not know where, but...
But do you have a picture in your head, like where
yeah.
you would like it to be?
If I would really like to be on a public beach, and I would really like to have sex like on a public naked beach where the main rule is to be naked.
Okay, yeah.
My only fear,
Yes.
my only fear is seeing old people there, because regardless of how excited I am to go there and fuck somebody, I really do not want to see old people naked, because all my fantasies will go sideways, and I do not want to picture that image in my head. So it'll be fine. If there are no old people, I'm fine. But yeah, my perfect picture is at the beach. Sure.
Oh, nice.
And
That's
I
nice.
also have in a plane. I do not know why I find attractive and intimate in a plane. Probably because we are like, I feel like
in the air.
In the air, regardless if we are like 500 people in the same plane, it still feels intimate, you know? I mean,
Yeah, because you don't know those people. Like, you don't care. You don't give a fuck.
Exactly. So, yeah. I do think it will be such nice experiences.
Okay, two questions. One of them is the beach, like the beach scenario in is it day or night? Day. So everybody can see you. Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's more dangerous.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay, and in the plane, is it in the bathroom or
in the bathroom? Exactly.
Okay.
In the bathroom.
Okay, so it's not on the seats.
Oh no.
No, that's.
I do not think that physically you can do it on the seats, because you do know how our planes, like, it's literally like 2 meters, not even 2 meters from you, the next seat.
No, but you can do it from the side, can't you? Maybe.
Yeah, I think you can.
Maybe.
But it'll be very hard not to make noises. I mean, come on.
I mean, you
and
would.
When are you going to make it?
But
Because
think about, most of the people have their ears like plugged, kind of, because of the air pressure.
You have to be very lucky. You have to be very lucky. And the staff guys, they will not sleep. I mean, they will pass by the whole plane, the length of the plane, to check if everybody's alright.
Yeah.
How would it be to, like, just to check on 2 people and they're fucking there in the back?
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, one more condom, please. Yeah, maybe a little bit of water.
A little bit of lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be a nice experience. I do see myself in the bathroom. Definitely. If it's an airplane, there's no other place than the bathroom.
Well, only if you by mistake get into the cabin crew like place with the captain, yeah. And the captain is like, hell yeah, let's have a threesome.
Stand by. Seriously.
Well, that would be a hell of an experience.
Seriously.
Nice. Well, the time is running, and I think we are gonna let our listeners hanging from now on in the air, thinking about the sexual experience that you're gonna have soon. Hopefully. I hope the best for you. And thank you very much for being here with me today. It was lovely to have you talking about sex and all the nasty stuff possible, orgies and literally
Thank
everything.
you. And you know what they say, let's get laid as we can, because we are getting old, actually, and we will not be able to do with the things we do now at 45, trust me.
Yeah, YOLO, we only live once. Take care, people, and see you soon. Bye.